And I appreciate y'all pulling up. Pause.
Had to pull up, man. But I want to ask you, right now we're doing this interview in Wyoming. What made you choose to get a place out here?
Well, I'm at the Dusko Ranch. And honestly, initially, we were working with Kanye. And, we bought the ranch so that my environment could be a little more comfortable because he had his own environment. He got 4,000 acres. And I don't mean to tell all his business, but I got 25, you know what I mean? But it was more so that I could work in an environment that was conducive to what I like. And as soon as then we looked at it more of an investment, a family, because this is my family's property. And we looked at it more of an investment also because we bought it and then we gutted it, flipped it. And we were like, if we don't like it, we'll just sell it and invest it in something else. And ultimately what happened was he, moved out of Wyoming, or he hasn't really been going back, and he knocked down all the buildings. So we were like, okay, we'll just keep it for a little while. And again, my family loved the serenity. The only issue is it's only, it's only good for me in the summertime, about 3 weeks out the year. And again, it was meant to be an investment for the family office. And it's hard. You can only rent it out seasonally. So we were like, more than likely we're gonna just, sell this and look at it as a business and then go invest in a farm that we could do more things with and then flip that. But real estate for the family office is a vertical for sure.
You like being out there?
It's called, I love it. It's called the Dusko Ranch. I call it like white people really. And it's a juxtaposition because me being from generations now of having a certain amount of money and doing and living a certain way, it's almost like, when somebody white moves into a black neighborhood and everyone's like, oh, and that white person maybe will look at the environment and be like, it could be better based on people's mentality. I'm like a black man that has a ranch out here, and everyone out here is white. So everyone that works on the ranch, ultimately that works for me, is white. So I'm like the black guy in a white town, and I'm like, it's just a different perspective when you're looked at as how, it's like a juxtaposition to me. A lot of situations happen, like having to kill a rattlesnake. Like Rocky's cousin was out here and the kids were walking and he had to come out and hit the rattlesnake. It'd be bears out here. Like we got a river, my son Dusko, and I have it documented. He caught his first fish with his uncle in his own river, and that was priceless to me. But again, for me, it's beautiful, but it's almost like white people Caribbean because it's cold and it's beautiful, but I like to be in warm places. And it's also hard to get out here. You got to take 2 planes. So when we first bought the ranch, we were coming from LA and we were taking private jets. We were working with Kanye. And then we were taking tour buses, but when we moved to Florida, we were like, oh, you got to take 2 flights out here. You got to pay for 2 flights. So it became hard to have artists come out here because also my intention was to work out here as well. So, again, I've got a good dose of it. We've been here for about 5 years. We skipped a year, but also having a crib that you have when you have a lot different cribs, you have to pay as if you live in those cribs all year round. So it's like paying for a bunch of cribs that you don't live in and that you don't get to use. So at some point, it doesn't become the best investment for the family office. And, we'll probably sell it and do another farm. That's what I want to do, is a farm now. That's what I'm going to do. A farm with the studio. But again, it's just a vertical of the family office. But it is beautiful out here. But it's dangerous. The cows, like bison, are built like dinosaurs. Pause. And everyone out here is like a cowboy. So again, 5 years ago, we got the ranch, and I'm wearing what I wear on a ranch. I wouldn't dress like this for fashion, but it did seem like after we started to be on the ranch, that I saw country music from our culture and people starting like Louis Vuitton to start to, dress cowboy style. But I wouldn't dress like this unless I'm on my own ranch. And there's also different like style, like it's different protocol and etiquette. So like before when he pulled up, I was whacking the weeds. I had on the American cowboy hat. But now that we're doing an interview and I'm clean and all that, I got on a Stetson. But if I had on like a black hat in the winter, in the summer, it's wrong protocol. You're not supposed, it's like protocol of, so there's a whole protocol out here that people take pride in. So like, me being, because I'm like up the block, I'm basically on Yellowstone. So me watching Yellowstone from Yellowstone and understanding all the protocol, and then if I see people out in the clubs in the wrong season, me just knowing the culture, I'd be like, damn, I wish they could understand like it's the wrong weather for that. Like they don't know that real cowboys be laughing at them. Pause. But I like to live it for real. So you won't see me doing this as a fashion. This isn't like a fashion statement. I wear a cowboy hat when I'm on my ranch. But other than that, you ain't gonna see that. I'm not doing that for style or none of that. But if I'm gonna do it, it's gonna look good doing it.
When you out there away from everyone, just you and your family, what does that do to you mentally?
Yeah, like, everyone is basically like a burrow away. Silence and only hearing the river is priceless. Being able to focus on my family and only my family is priceless. And that to me is like the ultimate wealth, is being able to control your environment, to be around people when you feel like being around people. And me, I don't really, in this moment in my life, and I think being age appropriate at 54, I don't really feel like being around anyone but my family and the people that I love. And that's all I work for, is my family and the people that I love. And that's really all I care about. That's all I care about, how they feel about me. All I care about is their perspective and how they feel. And it doesn't matter what the rest of the world is ever saying, because this is my heaven. The thing about heaven and hell is it could be contagious. So you could be in heaven and somebody could come around you that perspective-wise looks at life as hell, and all of a sudden you in hell. And I don't want nobody to turn my heaven into hell based on their perspective on life. So I keep my heaven as heaven. You're not going to influence my environment with your perspective. You understand what I'm saying? So I've been here with people and I'm in heaven. I'm like, yo, this is great. And they're basically in hell. They're miserable. And I'll be like, this is making me feel like I'm in your world and you're not in mine. So you have to change your perspective, or you got to go, because I'm in heaven right now.
Okay, Dane. Okay, Dane. Okay. Hell yeah, man. Shit, man. That's every man's dream, man. For real. Get some land and get the fuck on. Like, up through there, out of there. Yeah, I don't know if I go to Wyoming. No, I don't know nothing about that cowboy shit. Hell nah. I like the swag though. But nah. I go somewhere, I get the hell on though. Hell yeah, man. Shout out to Dane Dash, man. Real talk, man. Shout out to Art of Dialogue too. Hey, y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Leave something in the comments, man. Smash that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. Show some love. Let it go.